So Sarah, another question I had for you was about budget allocations. And you sometimes send us emails that you have a certain pool of money and you can acquire books for us. So tell us how that process is like from your end. I will share how I sometimes request certain things from you.
Yeah, so I want to say, because I know this is not an entirely librarian audience, that we really appreciate suggestions from people for what to purchase. Please talk to your librarians. We want to help support your students and your work, and you know best what areas of research are emerging in your fields and what classes are on the horizon. There's no way that I can know all that information, and so it's really helpful for me to know when this the costume, fashion, and cultural studies class kind of shifted focus. That really helped me understand, something that I've been doing for the last several years, which is trying to push our collections out of the Western canon. But now I had a grounding in the curriculum to say we need to spend more money in these areas because this is where the curriculum is going. And so that allows me, firmer footing, and librarians firmer footing to say, to really be able to push a little bit beyond sort of our standard things that we end up purchasing from. So it's really helpful to just talk to us about what you want. And if we can't, I mean, the worst that we can say is that we don't have money for it. But I tell you that, like, I'm not the only librarian who has this. I have a running list, a wish list all the time of stuff that I want to buy. And so when I have the money, I will buy it. And so but hearing from faculty and from students the things that they want, the things that they use, is like the most useful thing that you can do to help sort of leverage that, the funding for your institution. Yeah, so that's basically, my pitch for you is to talk to people who can buy the books for you, because we really do value your input. And I mean, my ways that I go about doing this, aside from faculty suggestions, is I read reviews, in the publications that you're all publishing in. I look at the book reviews. I see what's most recently published in different areas. And as I said, I'm really trying to diversify our collections deliberately. And so I really try to look sort of outside the mainstream. We are sort of limited sometimes with the publishers that we can engage with just because of the ways that our funding works, but I really try hard to do that as well. So that's my process.
Thank you, Sarah. That's great. And as you said, shifting focus, one of the things that has been successful with your and my collaboration is that you have helped me with research and with the practical aspects of theater making. When I'm looking for some obscure research, I can reach out to you and you can help me. And even in my dissertation, when I was looking at an obscure kind of performance genre, you helped me find research materials in that area.
That's one of my favorite things, actually, is when I get a question from you, because you are always doing such interesting stuff. So it's really fun when it's a challenge like that for me to kind of, go on a hunt with you to see what we can find.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess we are a little bit lucky because we are in New York, so we can, of course, tap into the New York Public Library resources, the specialty collections, for example, at the Schomburg and things like that. And also the CUNY system itself is pretty big, so we can get books from other CUNY libraries, but also outside of CUNY through the interlibrary loan programs and such. We can look into getting a lot of material from across the country or across the world, really. So that's a blessing to have that collaboration with you.
Definitely. And I think that that's something else for folks to remember, is that, every academic institution has resource sharing like this. Every library belongs to some sort of consortial sharing or borrowing. And so if you can't find something at your library, just ask somebody, and that's our job, is to help find stuff. And so I can't say it enough, that that's what we're there for, especially in institutions of higher education. We are there to support the students and faculty, and we try our best to do that. So just ask. And if we can't get it for you, we'll tell you and we'll try our best to do it. But there are always, almost always ways for us to get our hands on stuff. So.
Yeah. So when the pandemic hit, for example, I was collecting 75 books for my PhD's second exam. And I had collected about 50 of them before, but I still needed a few more. And a lot of them were obscure content. And librarians helped me through and through. And sometimes I found things like through HathiTrust or some kind of portal that had been opened up during the pandemic for researchers. So that was immensely helpful. So thank you, Sarah.